what's up everybody? I'm gonna show you guys this video exactly how I did this casting deck on my 10-foot Jon Boat. So what we're doing, I'm gonna start today on making a casting deck on my 10-foot Jon Boat. So I've made a couple plans. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a casting deck from the tip all the way to the back here with a hole, a little hatch, so I can keep all my supplies in there. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like before I get started. So this is how I'm getting my first measurement from the top. That is, laid the plywood on top of the tracker, and I marked from the bottom to edges. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut about 1.5 inches off that mark I did. It should give me the perfect size. All right, I'll show you that as soon as I'm done with it. All right, so I got it marked up. Those are the lines I got. Those are the original lines at the outside. So what I'm gonna do is measure that edge you got there. It's about close to 1.25 inches. I'm gonna shave off about 1.75 inches. So if you look, I got just about 1 1/8. So I'm gonna mark inside about 1 3/8 inches just to give a little bit of room in there. I'll show you how I'm gonna do that in a second. Here it is. I got it fitted. I had to make a couple of corrections, but nothing major. Just have to shave off a couple inches on this side to get it to come all the way up to the front. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna cut off right over here to expose the bench. I'm gonna be laying the plywood on the bench as well separately. Might be opening a hatch and just making like a hatch top on the seat. I'm still contemplating that, figuring out how I'm going to do that there. So now, I'm going to take this off. So now, I'm going to do the framing. I'm going to do the framing in here. Make sure we leave do a cutout for the hatch I'm going to make right up here. Store all my things in there. Yep, so it's on to the framing now. All right, so as you can see, I finally got the framing done. Did 2x4s, some cross members. This piece right here is gonna be for the latch. So I'm gonna do a cutout right here of the plywood to make the opening. Opening is gonna sit right on this ledge right here, and on the top right here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay the plywood on top, screw it in just to hold it with four screws on each corner, lift it all up, and then I'm gonna mark the lines for the cutout for the latch that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna put it back in, unscrew it, cut out the hole, and then we'll go from there. I'll try to show you as much as I can each step. It's a one-man operation, so. All right. So I screwed in the plat on the top, flipped it over, made my marks right here. So I'm gonna make my cutout to put the latch. So if you notice, I marked it here with a pencil. And then what I'm gonna do is flip it over, cut it out, and then make the latch. I'll show you the next steps. What you gotta do is, even though you made your mark here, you're gonna make the real mark about a 1/2 inch, so you could be right around the middle of this half plywood here. And here you can do it about 2 inches deep. No, maybe about 1 inch deep. That way your latches have support. All right. I went about 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 1 inch in the back, since I have this 4 inches back here. So again, this was the original mark that I made when I had it flipped over. Flipped it back around, went 1/4 of an inch on 3 sides, and then 1/2 inch on the back side. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my cutout right around those lines, and it should get me right on top of my framing there. All right, I'll show you once I cut it out. All right, so I finally made my cuts, as you can see. Now I'm right on top of my framing here. Here's the cutout. Perfect fit. There goes the latch. That's about it. Might just sand a little bit here, so once I add the carpeting, it'll fit flush right in there. But yeah, man, looks good. Now I'm gonna trim off what I need to trim off on this side, screw it all down, set it in place. We should be good to go. I went and I sealed all the wood. I'll show you what I sealed it with. Olympic Guard water guard. It's a wood sealer. Sprayed it on all the wood. On the 2x4s, I went ahead and I know I didn't show you guys this part, but I carpeted it. I sprayed it. I had to carpet it first before I actually screw it down. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to carpet it. So once it's dry, it should be any minute now. I'm going to place it on here, screw it down, and I'll show you guys the final result for today. Today's the last day, so I still gotta trim. I'm gonna trim all this down, make it nice and neat. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so I went ahead, ceiling got all dried up, laid it down, put in the butterfly hinge, put in the handle. I decided to go with this, pretty much the only decent one they had at Home Depot. Bolted in the butterfly hinge. Decided to do it, I've seen a lot of people having it open it that way. Decided to do it this way because once I finish this section here, I'm gonna have a seat mounted over here. I figured it'll be easier to just open it this way while you're seated than opening it that way just for some reason. That's what I've just figured, but yeah, it's pretty much done. Here you go. Pop the top. So you gotta finish washing that out. All that sealed up there. All that sealed up right there. So, yep, that's it for right now. That's it for today anyways. As soon as I do any more to it, upload some more videos, man. Thank you guys. If you like it, subscribe. If you got any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them.